Hey guys. You guys hear me okay? Just check something. I'm really sorry about that. That was awesome. If Doug would not text me and just jump on here. Hey Roxanne, how you doing? Oliver, what's going on? Tara, Richard. Yeah, I was not expecting to do an episode 30. Here we are again. I was not expecting this. I'm just taking deep breaths. We're just going with it. I guess it's all how you perceive it. Good, bad, the ugly. So I have some intel, but I'm going to wait till some more of you get on. And I do apologize. Last night, when at the last moment I was told to have a show, I wasn't caught up with scribing, so there was a couple of things that I even missed that when I went in chronological order. For example, like when I scribe and I get the information and it goes in, I'm normally up to date. I'll have like a day or maybe that night, but I'll be up to date with everything. So there were some things. So what we'll do is we'll go through and we'll go through some of those ones we missed, and then to the ones that I received today. So this is a episode 30. This is episode 30. I am conscious about fear. Okay? I'm conscious. That was the first thing that I was taught by Contact to resolve is fear. And so Contact in 2013, 2014, right around that time, I was told about, I had a lot of fear, and that is one of my first lessons. And when I accomplished that, I got to a point where I was a little desensitized. I can't say the word. Desensitized to the point where I lost a little bit of my. When I lost that fear, I lost a little bit of the gift of the feeling I would get associated with some of that. Some of that has come back, but not the fear part. I am nervous, but I'm not fearful. I'll just get to it. So this is Unexpected again, episode 30. This is what I would consider an emergency broadcast. They're stressing it as it needs to go to the world, and more people need to know what's going on. So what's going on? We know that based upon Contact, the Pudrians came out of the Andromeda, went to 10,000 light years away from here is a system called Platea. There's the moon of Cremona. We know about Cremona in the past, especially this past year when it was, and the Holy City, where they were both destroyed. The city was rebuilt as of recently, we were told. So these Pudrians went into that system with 1,000 ships, locked down that system, and then the actual council went there as well and set up shop called the Dome City, and we had that live broadcast, and We were also warned about August 10th, and where I was going with this at the beginning about the fear. I'm not trying to instill fear in anyone or tell anyone to, because that does an injustice and no service to anybody. But being prepared and having defenses and being aware and knowing what's coming. With that being said, what I'll do is I'll read through Contact, and then I'll tell you what I'll tell you what I think. And then there's even a deeper layer that I have not brought up that I avoid, so I'm not labeled. Because there's some really strong ties to certain things, and it's at a point of ridiculousness. And with that being said, I'm going to take you through. If you watch the other episodes, we had the chapter 12 where they were talking about the cosmic doctrine, mentioning it, talking about their view of it and saying there's many truths in it, talking about well, we'll just take it from that because it's not a lot, and then we'll go into it. I enjoyed your conversation. Hey everybody, I'm just gonna jump into it. They, on June 20th, on 2021 at 6:16 p.m., they stated, bring the source connection time. So they're basically saying, get ready for connecting. They want me to do shows in the 11th hour. So on 11 p.m. Eastern, I have the show because that's what they say needs to be done. Sunday, June 20th at 11:08 p.m. To understand the correct teaching, work with the first. That was what I received. I'm not going to go back through the questions again. I went through that. I'm just trying to catch you up. On June 24th at 11:04 a.m., they stated the guardians of the world. Thursday, June 24th, 2021 at 7:28 p.m. Lyra, all conversations in the world which are believed to be taught. I said, please explain in more detail. I await your responses. Thank you. June 25th at 10:29 p.m. The mind acts as modules, an alternate consciousness. I said, which acts? What about the consciousness? Sunday, June 27th at 8:07 p.m. Lessons to continue. The world came from a lion, though when he found a new thing and chose to belong to a field of a matter of great influence, leading to the cause of the spark of his this very night to teach, which was last night. I said, are you saying you want me to teach the world tonight? I await your response. Thank you. On Sunday, June 27th at 9:35 p.m., I received, you need to come into the world that for a more opportune time, the black of the opening of the seal of the queen of insectoids is deliberately contraceptive, which there to increase the distorted vibrations. Just below the leader, linked to a council, protected by many, brother in, word for word, but with the gift of wisdom can you weave? And here we look, brothers. I said, are you saying you will tell me what to say to the world? Now, again, there's loss in translation because as we're going, the depthness of what is being said is not fully resonating or hitting home in the instant. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it takes a minute. So, and I know I have a window of opportunity to respond where that window might shut. So I immediately, first thing that pops in my head, I just, even if it's embarrassing, I don't care. I'll share it with you. I just say it. So Sunday, June 27th at 9:41 p.m., they responded, "We protect royalty." I said, "The royal queen or me? Do you serve the insectoid queen or not? I await your response. I await your response. Thank you." And then June 28th at 4:59, so today, I said, "Do you protect all royalty or certain royalty?" Because the Pujarians, so far, they have shown that they are of the light, and they confronted the insectoids, well, part of them, or that system. So I'm thinking, okay, and they're giving me out-of-game information about what the insectoid queen is up to, and that's what's bringing us to this this actual episode. So today at 5:01 p.m. they stated, "Time is running out on us to reach many of the world. He must, meaning me, he must unite to fend, aware, insectoid," meaning we're running out of time. You got to get to tell as many people as you can that basically to be ready and be aware of the insectoid. It's basically, I'm not trying to give fear. It's going to be an attempted invasion of this queen insectoid and her legions. Now, an old contact, and I'll probably bust that out in a minute. This queen has been mentioned through the many years. And I go through contact, I get contact by so many that it's like a revolving door depending on the season. The time frame, there's windows of contact from light, dark, everything. Everyone's trying to talk to me. They say I have this encryption, this code in my DNA or my soul, or they say it's everyone wants my code. And it sounds like they're trying to use it to unlock something, because I'm called the key. Now, here's where it's strange. He said, "Time is running out on us to reach many of the world. He must unite to fend and to be aware of the insectoid." Now, what did they say? They said on August 10th. Now, we'll see. I've had things that come to pass, the hurricane, the earthquake. Only one of the things didn't come to pass that I was aware of. They said specifically August 10th to get where we need to be, that there will be a battle around the earth. We'll be able to visualize it. Could it be Project Bluebeam? Could it be mixed with real and fake? Could it be where the terrestrial? Who knows? What I will tell you is this. So here's the next thing that's being said. Then what came in, this was just a little while ago, and I have two translations, and I'm going to read the first one, and then I'm going to read the one that is translated closest to Greek, to Latin. So the first one I received, first off, before I get to that, let me tell you what my questions were. "I must warn the world of the insectoid queen, correct? I await your response. Please explain to me in more detail. You're saying the insectoid queen will try to invade Earth? Invasion? So the insectoid queen is trying to get my code to unlock the portal, correct? For invasion, correct? Based upon the data, based upon what I have in the past, and based knowing who I am and what many sides say I am, it sounds like there's going to be an attempt made, and I don't know where it goes from there. But this is the response that I received. "The queen is processed by the grace of data. I'm gonna reread that. Hold up. There's two translations, and I'm stuck on it, but I'm gonna read both. The queen is processed by the grace of data, processed and fauna, and a sister uprising flashpoint in the code with the highest taken along and join us, faster than the initial pickup in offerings, console permission, the sooner the medical needs of the reasons to initiate. So I'm like, whoa, what's all that? Now let me read the second translation, and maybe it'll start to make more sense. Modified by the grace of a queen in our modified information and fauna, and is the sister of the outbreak of the revolt in the code with the top of the link, and brought us previously, despite the initial receive from the permission of the council, before the needs for the medical incentives begin. So wait, they're talking about medical intervention coming earlier than expected, talking about this queen again, and it's a continuation of them coming. So did these Pudrion go from Andromeda, quarantine basically off the Platea system, but the majority of the forces weren't there, where this insectoid queen is hell-bent on coming here for this key or code, and then that's why there's August 10th a battle around, and they want me to tell everybody. The Pudrions say we have to alert and tell to be on defense because this is what's inbound coming. Like they didn't stop it. I don't know. And also now, because I wasn't in Contact. It's been updated. Timelines can change too. But I was told that I have less than 9 years before pickup. Now they're alluding that I might need medical attention. That's the way it says on here what does that mean? Maybe I have a heart attack from all this stress with all this craziness. Maybe I'm attacked, or they physically, I don't know. But it looks like the council gave permission to intervene to protect and get me, and that this queen is on her way with her legion or legions, I think that's pretty red alert. Hopefully nothing I'm going to be honest, I hope nothing happens August 10th. I hope peace on earth, like there's no problem, like we don't have any kind of craze, but I'm telling you, this has been building and building and building, and as we've been going along trying to put these puzzle pieces together and all these sides and races, and like I said, I listen to everybody, so they talk about there's a war, which there is, but they kind of go into everything sounds like, I'm not talking about bad about anyone, I'm just saying, like, everything sounds like cotton candy and rah rah rah, love and light and all this. I love that, love and light, yeah, peace, and we need that. There's like, no one wants to talk about the heavy stuff or the deep, like war is war. So I'm sorry, but there's obviously pieces and mechanics of things going and happening. Can't avoid or not look at that and just be like, oh no, peace and love, that doesn't exist, that doesn't infect me. No, it's going on. You need to be aware. It's dangerous. There's a lot of dangerous things out there. It doesn't mean to be fearful, but to be vigilant and be a vanguard, or be on the fence, the post where you're guarding or you're aware. I think it's a duty to humanity to know these things. And some of us have been told, we'll see. Hey, it's better be prepared than to be sorry, right? And I'm not angry at anyone. I sound like I'm a little, again, I wasn't aware, I didn't know I was going to be doing an episode 30. I am grateful and humbled that I received contact. Don't get me wrong. It is a blessing as much as it is a curse. It is a hard thing to deal with. To have a 3D life, family, and to be vigilant on staying updated on contact and processing and making sure the information goes out, because that's not like a contactee guy that just has contact. Like, they say I'm royalty, they say I'm here for the final battle of kings, and it's a lot of deep, heavy stuff where, kind of wish I had some of that other. No, I mean, I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be, and that's what it is. And it's just hard. This mind wipe stuff, when you come to the earth over and over, your mind wipe. It's so hard. But I can see where it's almost like a security protection thing. It's just, come on, why's everything got to be so hard? And why do we have to be so hard-headed as a race of humans? And it's tough stuff. So here's what we need to do. We need to be aware, A, we have allies. B, the insectoids in the past have been labeled as, that's what's weird. In the old contact, it talks about, you have the Christos and Antichristos, and I've told you before, there's like this line of, there will be a time where the insectoids will try, so I guess this is their try, and they're not aligned really with anyone. They have their own like hive. They have their own thing that they want to do. This queen or whatever, and she's not answering. She's kind of rogue. But it seems like the way it's told in old contact, it's going to be dealt with. Timelines can change though, so that's what. Not to be fearful, but that's what you have to be alert and aware that nothing is written in stone. So to speak. Well, there are things written in stone and clay tablets and all kinds of stuff, but you know what I'm saying. So things can be altered or changed. I think as they keep telling me, you need to tell the world, if something happens though, it'll be referenced, and then people will start paying attention of what I have to say. And we're not in, like I said, I don't make a penny. I've received a couple donations from people, as in gifts of like items. And you know who you are out there, whether it be pens, or I've gotten some trinkets and some different things, and sage and all. It's all cool, and I really appreciate it. I'm very humble. I get a lot of heartfelt messages out there from around the world, questions, experiences of their own. I'm not an investigative journalist. I'm not. I don't publish books. I don't sell T-shirts. I don't have paid conferences. I don't. Not that there's anything wrong with the people that do. God bless them with all their works and everything that they do. That as long as they stay in the light, and do the right thing, and that's not for me to judge, or I'm just giving you the data. As I receive data, what I'm told, how I get it, who it is, if it's an image, if I can share it, I'm going to give it to you. Sometimes I have to wait, just for me to sometimes even the depthness to understand it. I don't want to just drop it on you. But at the same time, I'm being told you have to just drop, you have to give it, because someone's going to hear it, and maybe it resonates with them, or maybe it's the right person at the right time, and how everything's supposed to work. It's not for me. I don't control it. So it'll go out to who it needs to go out to. But we need to be aware of August 10th. We need to be aware of that we have allies. We need to be aware that there are insectoids, and they're nasty things, and they are not here to break bread, and they're not here to exchange information or like trade. It's pretty much domination, and things making more sense. I'd say, well, it makes sense with the battle, and so I would think, because there's a terrestrial element to this, and there are agents of the world and different things, I would suspect there would be a mixture, or I don't know how they would try to cover this up. I would think maybe they would try to unleash some of their maybe blue beam to mix it, or who knows. Everything is so lopsy-loopsy lately that, and helter-skelter and black and white of like the UAP report. I mean, it's controlled disclosure. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is typically through spring and summer I get a lot more light contact, and fall and winter it's pretty dark stuff. Is that typical? I don't know. I don't know any other contactees that get all these different sides. You get these different contactees, and that's why I have to read everyone, because they're speaking with a ship or a group of people, or an offshoot of something, or something from somewhere, but it's a steady, ongoing, the continuity, and but it's one-sided perspective of where I'm getting both, and there's deception, and there's all kinds of jazz, and it's harder. It would be easier to have a set of contact from a certain race or place, but we're dealing with multiple galaxies. We're dealing with so many systems and so many planets, so many races, and everyone has a different point of view out there. But what it comes down to is your typical races start to align with certain races and groups, and there's like just from some of my stuff from the past, there's inter stuff going on within some of these, the Federation and the Galactic this, and there's politics. That's the word I'm looking for. Just like there's politics on the Earth, but the Earth is totally like whacked out with what's being. I mean, the reptilians been running this planet for thousands of years, so there's a real flip-flop going on, and most of the world, a lot more. Some of the world, we've come a long way. Some of the world are completely brainwashed to think that like everything's normal, this is normal, 9 to 5 is normal, like McDonald's on the street's normal, everything's normal, there's nothing going on, nothing to see, you're crazy if you question the narrative. And that's, to me, that's just nuts. And that's like, they when they're holding back information based upon a classified version of a UAP, I mean, you start to start questioning things like, are we being like left behind? Do you have like technologies you're not sharing? What's going on? What's really going on? So this world's all mixed up. So how does chapter 12 of the Cosmic Doctrine, or the entirety of the document, tie into us being prepared? Didn't Contact mention that you focus on that chapter, maybe to decipher? Give me 1 second so I can see more. Sorry. I'd like to get my hands on a copy to read too. So it's Dion, D-I-O-N, and I believe I have it. Is it downstairs? Looking. Yeah, it's downstairs because I'm still going through it. It's called The Cosmic Doctrine. The original writings were, I think, in 1943, but then it was finally published in the late 40s, early 50s, and it was revised. And then just lately, they put the original, some of the stuff that was left out, they put the newest, the things that they left out, they put in. And basically breaks down in, I can reread that to you. So the original chapter was in the Cosmic Doctrine was chapter 12. And and Tara is the one who found it that same day. And then Contact even mentioned it. And Contact even mentioned about Tara. So 12 was the beginnings of mind. And what did we just learn on June 25th? Friday at 10:29 p.m. It says the mind acts as modules in alternate consciousness. So, with that being said, the Cosmic Doctrine says on chapter 12, the beginnings of mind. Well, Contact says, and I'll read that since we're here, chapter 12, memory reactions in auto world. If such readings is perceived degree of development or individual world logodal and starts a new species or movement, varies. All the emotional reaction can be predetermined. Similar changes were possible because the number is on the chime of bells, and even a bell chime can be a very positive contribution to the large number of changes that can be performed. Thus, increases in the complexity of his shewing to each other, and a new element has evolved. With all his diversity, he does so that the universe, out of a quiet and doer of place to fall, it has already reached maximum development on foot to the up to this time of development, is at the heart, and put a space in the sense of the process as long as logodal, Logoidal, like logical, perceive these things that had been done, sees, and with effects the view, and thoroughly absorbing a reaction to the consciousness of that which is good in his own, is a reaction which in its turn cast in the manifestation of the universe, so that the duplication of the order of the evolution of the consciousness of the Logos is formed by means of the mirrors of the like to the image of his own, have expressed this view, and it reacts to the image of the felt, and he happened in the total projection of the reaction, and therefore is always to turn a circle, logos, or perceive that the subject is informed of the object, the projection of the object of the reflected image of the subject. Knowledge about the outside part of the image is represented as a pair of awareness of the external data objects. And a long story short, basically what I get from that is, basically, it's talking about your mind is more powerful than what you realize. And basically what you think, what you do, what you perceive is what can be reflected and be manifested basically out into the universe. And so you have to be careful about be mindful of your thoughts. A link, a PDF link. Yeah, I don't Tara can throw that up when she can, and there are PDFs out there of the actual doctrine. I don't know about the full, because I almost messed up, and it was lucky because the newest version gives you the newest, gives you the expanded, what was originally left out, and I thought it was the opposite. So I was looking for the original publication. And the original publication is like hundreds of dollars. So then I was forced that it was just read too much. I mean, I have a lot of expensive books, but for that one, for the condition and what it was, I was like, okay, let me just get a new copy for right now until, let me get through it. I need it physically in my hand. So that's what I did. I got it. And then what I found out is that they took the original publication and then the original writings, some of them that were left out, that you get the extra, so you get a little bit more of a layered perception of and there's some drawing charts and other things in there. Hold up, did I get contact? I did. So I did get contact. So guys, give me a moment. Let me see what's going on here. So I have to switch screens. I have to. So just give me a moment. Just sorry. Hey guys, I'm back, and I think I might have said something wrong. I don't know. I'm gonna get a finer tuned translation on this, but I think I just got insulted. Hold up. Hold up. I think I was called a fool for something I said. So I'm gonna find out. Just give me just a moment, and I'm gonna look at that. So hey, it is what it is. If good, bad, the ugly, I'm gonna report it. Give me just one. I apologize, guys. You still there? Sorry about that. So I had to write it down manually. All right, I'm back. So this is what they said. I think my translation's off. I'm doing this really quick on the fly since we're live. They said, this job will be C, that the air with the help of light on the ground. Feller, feller, lyra, request a fool. So this job will be C, that the air with the help of light on the ground. Feller. Does anyone know what, I can't look at, I mean, I could, but I'll have to put you on. Anyone know the definition of feller? Feller. What's that? Does anyone know that? Feller. Feller. Lyra, request a fool. I don't know. I'm sure it's not proper, but we'll look into that. I don't know what feller is. Am I still even on? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, I'm on. Okay, cool. I don't know. So sorry guys. Sometimes the messages are easy to translate right away, and some of it is a little sloppy. Like, this job will be C, that the air with the help of light on the ground. Feller, lyra, request a fool. I don't know. It might be a little bit of an insult to me that I'm not handling this properly or correctly. Yeah, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to judge it until I get the proper translation. And then next episode, 31, I'll just find, I'll let you know what it was. But that's what it says for right now. That's all I got. So I'm not sure. So it's a little frustrating. And I can't go into my other program because I'm live, and it was forcing me out. So it was actually blank, so I couldn't work with it. So I'm gonna have to bring 2 devices next time, so that way, in case that happens, I can do the translations while we're still rolling, and then we won't have such a problem. So I apologize about that, but that's what that is. So, what's funny is they did respond I read the chapter 12, and they respond while I was reading the chapter 12, and that is something that someone brought up, and that is kind of what they wanted me to talk about. So maybe that is the lesson. That's why they're calling me a fool, because we need to it sounds like this cosmic doctrine, a lot of this is very important for the now of us connecting and looking at things in a different level. So I highly suggest getting it. Tara will eventually get we'll throw up get the PDF, or I'll get it up onto the Lyran Connections itself. so that there's a free copy for anyone to look over and read. With that, I guess that's what we'll do. So it's 11:42. I don't see anything else, but what I'm going to tell you is, so we learned that there's definitely some emotion with that sense, even though time is an illusion, there's a time here on Earth, and we're running out of it in an aspect of things that are about to happen. So there's pressure coming from the top. And that people need to be aware of August 10th and to get more spiritual and connect, meditate, eat properly, like myself. I mean, look at me. That's probably why I need medical attention. But we need to be vigilant. And I guess the right person, the right people are going to see what they need to see to be ready, and they're going to have this information because, I mean, who's getting this on this aspect of it? And there are going to be, in the future, there'll be many chapters written on this war. I'm just a unique fly on the wall getting information until I do what I'm supposed to do and that. So forgive me, a little tired. Again, didn't expect to come on. And then, I hope they're not calling me a fool. I mean, I've been called fool about 5 years ago. They told me the fool that changed the timeline. There's something I was supposed to do that I didn't do. And then they said I changed the timeline. So who knows? Maybe I'm messing up again. Sorry, I'm doing the best I can. Love you guys. It's been great. I'll answer a couple questions and then I'll jump off of here. We think, we feel, therefore we create our very reality. Yeah, so that's what basically you're talking about in parts of this book is, I mean, you basically be careful what you wish for. Yeah, because you can pretty much manifest it and create it. Oh, Roxanne threw it up. Did she throw it up? Oh, awesome. Roxanne, you are awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Good job. Good work. So yeah, the link's on there for the PDF. Highly recommend reading that. It's a deep read. It's layered. So you really have to, how I do it is I clear out my head before I go into that. And I go into a zone and I let it flow. And my mind wanders with the works as I read it, because it's that enriched. It's rich. I've said that before. Like you have dessert, but then you have like rich dessert and you're like, I'm full. It's kind of like context like that. It's rich, it's layered. There's every word has a meaning, or there's a lot of words within one word. And there's a lot of ancient texts that also go just like that, and that's some powerful, good stuff. So enjoy, guys. It's nice seeing everyone. I'll have this posted on YouTube tomorrow. It's late. I'm really. That's what I'm gonna do is immediately get off of here, and I'm probably gonna contact, and also utilize the program so I can. So we have multiple ways we translate. So I have my basic, and then my backup, and then Moon Boots will give me different versions of Italian and Spanish and different things, but I won't share with her anything that's what's written, because I want to see what comes across and what's seen. So it's not. I do that on purpose so that way the works can't be influenced, so to speak. So the data, so we match up as best we can. I mean, this is hard stuff. I mean, I'm not a professor in the field of linguists of Latin and code. So rudimentary and amateur. I mean, eventually you practice something long enough, you can get all right at it. I think I'm at a level where I'm all right, but it's easier to plug and play when things are going fast than it is to slowly break down. it's a pain. And then when you have people who help, it makes things easier. So that way you can start scribing and getting this stuff down before the next, because we're just talking about words. We're not talking about the pressure of answering or responding and interpreting and not causing a cosmic like that, where I might have said the wrong thing, and it's like, don't, like, maybe it says request a fool, but maybe they're talking about me, like, oh, come on, we were expecting you to do, and you just dropped the ball. Maybe not. Maybe I misinterpreted it. Maybe it's a lot of different stuff, and I want to make sure it's the closest I can get it. And then, but when you start to get enough of it, you start to see the arc of where you're like, oh wait, that is starting to make total sense, because A, B, and C over here, whoa, there's way too many coincidences here. So that means, and then we take the data and we chart systems and chart planets. I could just take the word of everything that just tells me something and just be like, but you have certain contact that will call out other contact, or will say that was deception, or this. There's a lot. I mean, if you're getting contact from one or two, you might just be getting you're getting a side of a story, no matter who they are. No matter if they're good, or you're only getting their lens, and just like you have a lens, just like in these federations and these different galactic councils and these different, there's not agreement sometimes, and there's debate, and there's breakaway groups, and doesn't mean that they're like at war with each other, but it seems it could get very heated and things can be denied, or it's not all like love, light, and rainbows and popsicles and unicorns jumping over rainbows and everyone's getting cotton candy. Like, I don't know what everyone think. I mean, I'm not saying everyone, but I'm just like, it's so complex. It is. Think how complex our planet is, with politics of what it around the globe, and then there's a layer of deception and different stuff going on. Picture that out in space with countless worlds and beings, and like, are you serious? So just as in heaven it is on earth, so there's a lot going on. With that being said, I'm only giving you what I get, and I'll give you a little speculation. I did my best tonight, that I could at the last moment. Again, I was not prepared. Episode 30. So this is where we're at, guys. And I just know that we'll see. Hey, I actually hope nothing happens August 10th. I really do. Because then I can be like, okay, that guy's a fool, that guy's an idiot, or whatever. But something's imminent, for sure. Too many red flags and warnings. This insectoid queen. And you got too many forces. You got too much activity. Too much is going on. There's too much Look, how many sightings? How often are you guys seeing, like, just how many of you have seen sightings where you, at one point, I've never seen anything before, but lately, yeah, I've seen some stuff. I've talked to some of you personally, because you've come to me and you say, Alex, I have never seen anything, and then boom, I am seeing stuff lately, because it's happening globally around the planet. Things are building up, things are massing up, something's going on. It's not for fear, but it's reality. There is a war, and it's not a cartoon. It's not all. It's deep, heavy stuff, man. It's not man, but it's late. Hey, man, it's late. Guys, I love you. I'm gonna post this, and I'll check you out. Probably, who knows? Probably tomorrow. Maybe they fired me. Maybe there's no more episodes. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm doing my best. Love you all. I'll let you know what I know when I know it. But this insectoid queen, I don't know. It sounds pretty brutal. So I'll let you know when I know, and have a good night.